Good morning, ladies and what am I talking about? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. I appreciate the time you've taken to come live today on Lamin Tamba is ours Bantabakacha or Lamin Tamba Bantabakacha. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll wait for people to come in and then we can start the program in about 5 minutes. In the meantime, I would like to announce that the APRC Babili Mansa is about to kick off our program of activities for 2024. I'll listen out to the announcement when uh, the live program comes on. So, in the meantime, while people are joining the live program, thank you very much for dedicating the time to come and listen to me again once more. I really appreciate it. I believe I'm here to share my experiences with people. I believe I'm right to share my insight into activities in Gambia and outside of the Republic of the Gambia. And as you know, for those of you who've been following me for 5, 6, 7 years, you know I don't dilute the truth. I fear nobody. I speak without fear or favor. And also, you know that I don't do nepotism. I don't do camps. My camp has always been the truth, consistency, outrageously consistent. And people who follow me know that that is the absolute truth. Nothing but the absolute truth. So while we're waiting for people to join in, we can enjoy a little bit of Batiai, the band that we're going to have on the 18th of February 2024 at the Buffer Zone Talinding Community Center in Talinding, the Gambia. So we can enjoy some of the music that Batiai are known for. They do set the stage alight. They keep people like us with light feet dancing all through the night. So, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy Batiai while other people joining to today's YouTube Live. Thank you very much for tuning in. Today is the 5th of January 2024. Happy New Year to all of you that are tuning in now. So enjoy Batiai. Let me get a glass of water and while people join in, all right? So those joining in now, come in, welcome, happy 2024. And I'll start recording this program as soon as we got a certain number of people tuning in. All right. This band is called Batiai Band. We have Batiai playing on the 4th of, Batiai playing on the 18th of February 2024. Give me a minute, let me get some water, please. I'll be back. Oh, come on, Batia, don't stop. Come on. Okay, let's start, shall we? Um, 1 second, let me put my phones on the aeroplane mode and start the recording. So you guys give me a minute, please. Okay, Assalamu alaikum. Let me pause Batia for a little bit. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Lamin Tamba. Today is the 5th of January 2024, and I'm on YouTube Live. I'm recording this YouTube Live to share for the general consumption of all political enthusiasts, all lovers of the APRC party, lovers of the Gambia, lovers of President Jammeh, the party leader and chairman of the APRC party. So today's Friday. Thank you very much for tuning into YouTube today. I appreciate the time you dedicate to share ideas with me, to come and listen to me, to have an idea of my insight into Gambian politics. I am a liberal and I am a social democrat. I like the fact that governments support their people in terms of development. All right. So those are my political leanings, social democrat. You work hard, you get rewarded. But for those people who cannot work for whatever reason, the government has to support them one way or the other. The government has to support enterprise. The government has to support education, health, the basic human rights. The government has to ensure are upheld at all levels of society. All right. I'm a believer of those ideals. I think full 100% capitalism is wrong when it's actually the people who vote you into government so that the government in return will be able to provide them adequate services that engulf the fundamental human rights. And the fundamental human rights are right to education, right to health, right to human dignity, and other public facilities, clean and stable, reliable drinking water, issues of that nature, food security. That's what governments are there for. And that's why people vote for them to go into government so that they can, in return, provide decent services, high standard, quality services to the general public. And I believe in that 100%. That's what I believe in. All right. So that's why I support the Alliance for Patriotic Reorientation and Construction, a party that was formed in 1996 in the Gambia by the former president of the Republic of the Gambia, His Excellency Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. Yaya AJJ Jammeh, fondly called as Babili Mansa. I support that party, not for any reason, but for the vision that the party had and still has, the manifesto that the party had and still has, Vision 2020, Vision 2016, and a lot of other evident development that the APRC brought to the Republic of the Gambia. That we can talk about health, we can talk about education, we can talk about infrastructure, we can talk about other developments during President Jammeh's tenure. Now, unfortunately, that rapid development towards uh, a middle class society, a decent nation, was halted. And at the moment, the Gambia is going nowhere but backpedaling into absolute economic failure, if we haven't failed already. In my view, we've failed totally. Because if you look at the ratio of uh, debt that the Gambia government has accrued over the last 6, 7 years, if we look at how our sectors have been failing since 2017. I'll come to that in a minute, but I want to stick to the APRC for now. But before I go further, I would like to announce this. The APRC diaspora, that's APRC UK branch, United States branch, EU branch, and Dubai UAE branch, we discussed months ago that we're going to set a program of activities for the APRC party in the Gambia. Part of those programs are fundraising, raising money for the party, because the party doesn't have any other wealthy donors. The party is purely funded by its members from A to Z. All right. So we were trying to raise funds for the political party of the APRC. Part of the activities for 2024 are also workshops to build the capacity of the youth, to build the capacity of the executive, to support the executive to develop their program of activities. The executive set stuff that they wanted to accomplish in 2024. So the APRC diaspora, including all the diaspora branches, we had meetings, several meetings, to set up a program of activities. To start that program of activities, we agreed to have a fundraising event on the 18th of February 2024 at the buffer zone in Talinding. All right. And that buffer zone is called Talinding Community Center. The VIP tickets will be $200 per person, affordable to the average Gambian. Affordable VIP 200. Standard tickets are $100 per person. And we think the event is going to sell out. Special invites have already gone out. People are already buying VIP tickets. People are already buying tickets to the event. It's going to be a sellout. All APRC supporters from Carton to Koena, Banjul to Basse will be attending fundraising activity. The fundraising is not for individual benefit, it's for the political party. We need to start accumulating material and funds to get ourselves ready for the presidential election in 2026. We can't do that if we don't generate our own income. We have to have some money to be able to run the party's activities. So we're starting that on the 18th of February 2024. There is no Congress on the 18th of February 2024. There is no interference with the party's structure or constitution on the 18th of February 2024. There will be no other activities apart from people coming together to willingly contribute to support the APRC party. The pound you give, the dollar you give, the dalasi you give, the butut you give, even if you didn't give anything, but the support will be counting towards APRC's resurgence and pushing towards State House in 2026. We cannot wait until 2026 and start these programs. Therefore, the APRC diaspora with the executive develop these programs to help the party. And if you want the party to win, to stand a very good chance of winning the presidential election in 2026, now is the time for you to abandon everything that you have on the side, all the deceptions and lies and everything that you hear on the side. Please ditch them. They're not going to help the APRC. They're not going to help the Republic of the Gambia. They're not going to help President Jammeh. And I'll come to this in a minute about what's going on inside APRC Babili Mansa. But for now, while I set this up properly, we are having fun with Batiai on the 18th of February 2024. The Batiai band is renowned, is very famous in Gambia and Senegal. They even get hired to go and play in Nigeria. So therefore, they are going to serenade the night. It'll be pump, it'll be thrilling, it'll be enthralling, it'll be a very, very joyous night by the grace of God, inshallah. It's not going to fail. All right. Of course, if the executive say we're going to postpone the event, if the general membership say, all right, let's push it back a little bit, or executive from the party leader, President Jama, all the way down say, all right, it's not a good idea to have the event. Let's move it to next week. Let's move it closer. That's democracy. The majority can rule. Executive power can overrule. But what we need to do is for now, get our dancing shoes ready. We have to have our shoes polished. We have to get our dancing trousers ready. Get your legs ready. We're gonna absolutely thump the buffer zone that particular day. The fundraising is going to be absolutely epic. Do not miss it. I said this Lamintamba. So I'm recording this audio as well for general consumption in Lamintamba is ours one. Lamintamba is ours two. Lamintamba is ours three. Ladies of Lamintamba and Lamintamba is ours diaspora. These are WhatsApp network groups I have. Fortunately, people go to it to obtain information. You can also spread this audio to all other fora in the APRC, also outside of the APRC. We're inviting everyone to our fundraising on the 18th of February 2024. And that's Gambia's Independence Day. We're having fun to celebrate our nation, to celebrate APRC, to celebrate life. I'm praying that we all witness 18th of February 2024 in good health, in peace, tranquility, and the love of the APRC, the love of the Gambia, and the love of President Jam. Even if you're GDC, you're UDP, you're DOI, any other political party you come from or you support, please come to the buffer zone because it's our Independence Day. We're going to have fun. We are going to have unity. We're going to have togetherness and everything that goes with it. You're welcome. VIP tickets, $200. Standard ticket is $100. The money raised from it, not a single butut of it will go into Lamin Tamba's pocket. Not a single dollar is going to go to any other person's pocket. Is going into the party's coffers to put us in a position to rescue Gambia from the abject failure that our country is going through. So for a minute, let me set this up. Let me pull out the APRC constitution because I'm going to talk about the conduct of APRC members. Every single member of the APRC, you are bound by the conduct of the party. I'm going to read what the constitution of APRC says verbatim, all right? Word for word, so that people can hear it, and I can interpret it to people so that they can hear it. So for now, enjoy Batia for a few seconds. Let me pull out the APRC constitution so that we can share what the constitution says about the disrepute that some elements are attempting to bring to the APRC party. But fortunately, these elements are not being successful, and the good people are overpowering the negative elements that we have in APRC Babili Mansa. But for now, to get yourselves ready for the fundraising on the 18th of February 2024 with Batiai at Talinding Community Center Buffer Zone. Listen to what Batiai is capable of. Let me pull out the APRC Constitution. And also, I'll pull out President Jammeh's audio where he was reiterating the importance of discipline inside the APRC. No institution in this world prospers without discipline. No institution in this world prospers when its members do not respect authority. No institution in this world prospers when its members, some elements, not every member, some elements of the party decide to not abide by the advice coming from its leaders. It doesn't work. There's no institution in the world that will progress when there are some elements sabotaging everything or not listening to the advice from their leaders. Now, we're not saying leaders are perfect. And I've said this time and time again. Hold your leaders accountable, take them to task, suggest ideas to them, push them, assist them, support them, give them materials if you have, and together you can realize what would sometimes seem impossible. So now people are saying to me, oh, it's impossible for APRC to win the election in 2026. I said, well, if you're a Gambian and you've been a keen follower of Gambian politics, you will never use the word impossible ever again because we have a high school dropout who never stood a chance of winning elections in 2016. And we still think he didn't win the elections in 2016. But somehow the dark forces manipulated everything and got him to power. And he's still the president of the Republic of the Gambia. So therefore, if you're a Gambian or you've got a keen interest in the politics in the Gambia, you will never use the word impossible ever again in Gambian politics. because we've seen people who are total non-entities, who are dominating the Gambian landscape in terms of governance now. And no wonder the government of Adama Barrow is failing in every angle. But for now, listen to Batiai. Come on the 18th of February 2024, Batiai, Talinding Community Center, from 10 p.m. VIP 200, standard tickets 100. All right. Come and join with us. Come and join us and enjoy with us from 10 p.m. until the wee hours of the morning. All right. This is Lamin Tamba, and this audio is going to go to Lamin Tamba is hours 1, Lamin Tamba is hours 2, Lamin Tamba is hours 3. Ladies of Lamin Tamba is ours diaspora, and Lamin Tamba is ours and True Patriots, APRC. So I created a new group called Lamin Tamba is ours and True Patriots, APRC. And myself and people who are focused on doing the work of opposition, pure opposition. We don't have time to fight against other opposition parties. We don't have time to fight between us. We don't have time to listen to the shout club. We don't have time to listen to the association of lonely and failed hustlers. We don't have time for any detractors at the moment. What we want to do is rescue the Republic of the Gambia via APRC's ideals. This is what we are aspiring to. These are our ambitions. And with the help and the blessings of the Almighty God, we will realize these things together with other people who've got positive mindsets, ready to work for APRC, ready to work for the Gambia, ready to work for President Jammeh. All right. So therefore, President Jammeh as our party leader will support him 100%. If he picks another party leader, or we pick another party leader, or the general membership picks another party leader, we'll support that person 100%. Fortunately or unfortunately, APRC doesn't have an elected Congress in our constitution right now. So President Jammeh can hire and fire. If he hires somebody today and fires them, it's up to him. We have to follow what it is, because that's how the constitution of the APRC is written. It's not like somewhere you go to Congress and vote for every single person. In my view, that should have been the way the constitution is written. Everybody in their position should be elected. So that way we know that person has the confidence of the general membership of the party. That's a true democracy. There can still be true democracy where people elect their party leader or chairman or flag bearer, and then they can turn around and appoint people to work, because effectively this is what happens in government anyway. All right. When you are in government as a head of state, you appoint your cabinet, you appoint people to different positions. All right. Some of these people haven't been voted in. So the APRC constitution is actually mimicking what happens in real government. But for me personally, if I had my way, I'll make APRC as a government in waiting an elected executive from top to bottom, because that way you know the members have confidence in you. They've given you the mandate to run the party. However, with every institution, again, this will become important. With every institution, there are rules and regulations, and the APRC constitution sets out the rules and regulations for the APRC. So therefore, if I don't like the rules and regulations inside the APRC, I don't like the manifesto of the APRC. I don't like the leadership of the APRC. I don't like what's written. I'll leave and go somewhere else. So don't join an institution knowing what their rules are, and then turn around and say, I'm not going to respect your rules. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'll do something by force, whether you like it or not. That's how people who are ignorant are. If you don't like the rules of a particular place, my house has got rules. Your house has got rules. If I come to your property and I don't like your rules, I'll walk out. If you come to my property and you don't like my rules, you walk out. That's how it works. You can't come to my house knowing my house rules very well, and then you say, no, I'm not going to comply with those rules. All right? This is what I find difficult inside the APRC Babili Mansa, but it's not unique to us. It's happening in many other political parties. The group rules are no insults. All right? No distractions. Don't bring insult audios. Don't distract people. Don't bring personal audios in an executive forum. Don't bring personal information on executive forum. Those are the rules. If you don't like it, just quit and go somewhere else. Create another group of your own so you can do what you want. You can violate your own rules if you want, but not rules that are set up in an executive forum or rules that are set up in Lamin Tamba's hours or rules that have been set up in APRC UK branch or EU branch or UAE branch, Dubai branch, or the United States branch. The rules are simple. We don't want to hear any insult audios in the group because insulting people is part of indiscipline. Without discipline, no institution progresses to a decent level at all. It doesn't work. Without rules, human beings can change every single thing that's meant for the public to their own personal interest. So listen to this, Batiai. This is the band that will be playing on the 18th of February 2024, God willing. All right? Come and have fun with us on Independence Day. Gambia's Independence Day is 18th February of every year. We gained our independence in 18th February 1965, became a republic in 1970. So listen to Batiai for a minute. Let me pull out the APRC constitution. I'm going to read the conduct of the code of conduct for the party, and then I'll break it down and basically put it into context as to why I'm reading this. All right. Okay. So you guys listen to this. Batiai, 18th February. That's with me why, Batiai. 18th February will be lit. It will be something else. Okay. Right. So enough of Batiai. Chomwai. Haha. Batiai. These people, they know how to rock. We're absolutely gonna be rocking. We'll set the stage on fire. Chum. Wait, let me get up and dance. Should I? No, let me go back to this. Okay. So the APRC Constitution, Chapter 7, Article 50. The APRC Constitution. Chapter 7, Article 50, ladies and gentlemen. Share this YouTube live with people, let them tune in so that they know what I'm going to talk about today. It's going to be centering around people who actually don't know who Lamin Tamba is, really. However, I'll come to it in a minute. Let me read the Code of Conduct of the APRC Constitution. Chapter 7, Article 50. Number 1, it says Code of Conduct for Party Members. Every party member shall recognize the supremacy of the party and shall uphold and defend the good name of the party at all times. Every party member shall faithfully comply and abide by the following rules of conduct. A, the unity and cohesion of the party at all times. B, carry out and defend the policies, programs, and lawful decisions of the party. C, be a model for transparency, probity, accountability, and justice. D, show unflinching loyalty to the party at all times, and in particular, ensure that confidential matters of the party are not divulged to unauthorized persons. E, register as a voter and vote at all elections and referenda. F, apply and abide faithfully by the fundamental human rights and freedoms as enshrined in the Constitution of the Republic of the Gambia. G, hold fast to the letter and spirit of July 22nd Revolution. H, embrace the attitude of hard work and productivity based on self-reliance. I, abandon individual will in favor of collective will and national interests must be above all personal interests. J, be prepared at all times to respond positively to the call of national leadership. All right, national leadership. Gear all actions towards national interest and empowerment of the masses. Fight against tribalism and uphold national unity at all times. Article 51, number 2, disciplinary code for party members. A, all wards, constituencies, and divisional organs of the party shall set up disciplinary committees which shall be composed of members outside of the executive committee who shall be mandated to co-opt or invite members of such committees. B, discipline of party members shall be exercised by the respective executive committee at the various levels on the recommendations of the disciplinary committee. Members of the disciplinary committee shall A, be elected by the respective executive committees. B, shall hold office for 2 years. C, be eligible for re-election. Number 4, in all cases, membership of the disciplinary committee shall not exceed 5. Number 5, the disciplinary process shall have regard to due process, fair hearing, and rules of natural justice. 6, a party member may subject to party discipline for any of the following, may be subject to party discipline for any of the following. This is very important. Number 6 of Article 51. All right. A party member may be subject to discipline, party discipline for any of the following reasons. A, breach of any provision of this Constitution. B, conduct adverse or detrimental, damaging to the interest of the party. C, activities likely to embarrass the party or bring it into hatred, ridicule, or contempt. D, insubordination or gross disrespect for authority of the party or executive committee. Very important. All right. D, insubordination or gross disrespect for authority of the party or executive committee. Very important. Pay attention. E, negligence in the execution of lawful decisions or directives of the party officers. Very important. D and E will be important in my topic today. All right. So E again says negligence in the execution of lawful decisions or directives of the party officers. If you do that, you'll be subject to disciplinary action. F, unauthorized disclosure of confidential party information. G, any other act or omission likely to impact adversely on the effectiveness of the party's policies, programs, decisions, and strategies. 7, the following disciplinary measures may be imposed. 1, expulsion or dismissal. B, suspension for a specified period. C, removal from office. D, ineligibility to hold office. E, fine. F, reprimand. All right, so in other words, reprimand is a warning. All right. 8, the highest disciplinary measure of expulsion shall be imposed only by the National Congress on the recommendation of the National Executive Committee. Number 9, any member of the party aggrieved by any disciplinary decision may appeal to the immediate higher level in that successive order up to the National Congress, provided that the decision of National Congress shall be final. Ladies and gentlemen, those rules are wrote in Chapter 7, Article 50 and Article 51 are the codes of conduct and the sanctions of the APRC party. So therefore, today's conversation will center around the fact that last week, Friday, I came live on Facebook, or sorry, not Facebook, YouTube Live, and I released a program detailing the fact that I disagreed with the disciplinary action taken against certain members of the National Executive Committee of the APRC. However, there have been several incidents that happened before that action was taken. And those incidents were. As I said before, according to sources, I wasn't aware. A group of people spoke to President Jammeh, the party leader, chairman, and flag bearer of the APRC party, and asked him to give them his blessings so that they can hold a rally called the Youth and Women Rally. And according to them, President Jammeh gave them the go ahead. Now, in any normal society or institution, not society, but institution, President Jammeh is a lover of action oriented party members, executive members. And the political party has to remain active, has to remain relevant, has to shake now and again. So, therefore, according to them, he gave them the go ahead and said, "Yep, you can hold a rally and you can call it Youth and Women's Rally." Now, even whereas President Jammeh gave that authority, but he's overseas, he's not running the party on the ground, it is only right and appropriate for the group of people who spoke to President Jammeh and go to the executive and say, "Well, we just spoke to President Jammeh. He gave us his blessings and asked us to hold a rally called Youth and Women Rally. You are the executive on the ground, Chairman, Honorable Chairman Yaya Tamba, you and your executive. We have come because we recognize you the authority of the party. So therefore, let's discuss the modalities, the materials, everything that's going to be needed for this rally. Then you discuss it in detail, agree the terms and conditions of the rally before you even set the date and pick a venue. You might have all this in mind because you have to have these proposals before you go to meetings, so that when you meet, you have something to present. And then the executive will say, "Oh, cool, that's a good idea. We're on board. We want to help you with this. We want to help you with this. We're going to get involved." The organizers can say, "No, we've actually set up our committees to be able to hold the rally. So therefore, we just wanted your blessings and your support, obviously, because you are the authority of the party on the ground." And I made this clear last week. But that wasn't done according to sources that I spoke to. And I spoke to several people on both sides, the organizers of the rally, the executive. The executive said they weren't informed and involved at the beginning. It was when the date was announced and the desire to hold the Youth and Women Rally, they found out and they called the organizers to meetings, but they didn't agree. They went to a few other meetings, didn't agree. They had an emergency meeting, agreed. As soon as they left, things fell apart. Now, I don't know what was happening at meetings because their meetings were not recorded, apparently. They refused people to have their phones on, except one person they said didn't want to turn their phone off or turn it in so that they don't record the meeting. Again, this is what I was talking about in Article 51, insubordination, lack of respect for authority. If we're having a meeting and confidential information was going to be discussed, and they said, "Everybody turn your phones off. Nobody should have their phones on. Nobody should be recording the content of this meeting. Everybody should comply straight away." For one person to refuse to turn their phone off, to turn it in, and then claim they didn't have their phone on them, and then they later realized that they had their phone on them, that's insubordination. That's a lack of respect for authority. That's the beginning of it. Then things started falling apart. Then the gap started widening between the organizers and the executive. I wasn't involved in all of that. I just spoke to people when I heard a lot of pushing and pulling between the National Executive Committee, who's the overall authority of the party, and the organizers of the rally called APRC Babili Mansa Youth and Women Rally. Then I rang few people on both sides. Then I rang a couple of neutrals who were not in the executive and were not part of the organizers of the rally. I said, "Okay, well, if that's the case, the executive needs to call a meeting and support the rally. We have to unite before the 25th of November. Either we unite and make the rally successful, or unite and postpone it to a later date. We should not have division up to the 25th of November without patching that division. That division must be patched. If we're going to go to the rally, let's go as one. Then we can correct the procedures for hosting events in future. nobody should host an event or even announce the date and pick a venue without discussing it with the party internally, agreeing everything before it goes out to the public. But let's go and have this rally and make it successful. I wrote that. I said that behind the scene to the leaders of both sides, the organizers and the executive. They held an emergency meeting in Marrakech and they said it was resolved and they were going to go and have a rally. So things fell apart. Now, rumor is that word came from the Council of Elders, from the party leader and chairman to say, let them postpone the party because there isn't good blood or unity going into this rally. Now, whether that's true or not, the organizers of the rally said that's not true. They wanted to hear back from the party leader and chairman, President Jammeh. But we just heard an audio from President Jammeh saying his communication will be via Council of Elders. And it was the Council of Elders who spread news to the general members of APRC that the rally should be postponed, and they were in line with instructions they received from the party leader, chairman, and flag bearer. Now, that caused a lot of rifts. I wasn't aware of a lot of it because I was focused on achieving my own professional development that I was doing between August and December 2023. But I spoke to individuals who were involved on both sides, and I spoke to neutrals who were not in the executive and were not part of the event organizers. And I arrived at the conclusion that both sides could have done a lot better in the run-up to the 25th of November 2023 unsuccessful rally. Now, this is where I have problems. As you know, most of the time, even if I disagree with people, but the majority decided a certain way, I comply and allow it to go because that's how democracy works. And I respect authority. All right. Now, back in 2018, there's a big push and pull inside the APRC party. We were betrayed by our spokesman that time, Sidi Eskenjai. I never went out publicly and uttered disparaging remarks against him via audio or video. Never did, even though he betrayed us. And that betrayal was about 2 years old at that point, or 1.5 years old. Now, there's a massive fallout inside the APRC in 2018 between Fabakary Tombong Jatta and Emeba. Massive problems inside APRC. At the time, nobody dubbed it as people trying to make APRC a Jola party or a Mandinka party or Fuller party. Personally, I don't care who leads the APRC as long as they deliver. The support I gave to Fabakary Tombong Jatta's executive, Yaya Tamba's executive haven't even received half of it. That's because, to some extent, I got disillusioned with Gambian politics. I began to mistrust the people in political power. Not all of them, but I reserve a little bit of, what do you call it? A little bit of, what would you call it? I have a little bit of reservation when I'm dealing with people in Gambian politics. And by now, everybody knows why, because we are seeing a lot of people who would have thought would be the most fiercely loyal to their political parties, who are now cross-carpeting, chasing their little petty cash and petty crumbs that they're going to pick up from left to right. All right? So we've seen that happen. Now, if you want to hold a rally and your executive said, no, don't hold a rally, I don't know what happened because you know what? People don't believe me when I say these things, that I wasn't aware of a lot of stuff that was going on. It was only last week after I released my truth bombs last Friday or last weekend that people started sending me some information about what was happening on the ground. I didn't even know the organizers of the rally of 25th November 2023 were refused a permit twice to hold the rally. I did hear that they didn't get a permit from the police to stage the rally. I didn't know they were refused twice. All right. A lot of information is coming out. And the organizers of the rally of 25th November 2023 were also talking behind the scenes about forming their own executive or forming their own party. Now, to me, as Lamin Tamba, I think that was just anger and frustration that they couldn't strike a deal with the executive. I don't think those people have got an intention to create another party and oppose President Jammeh, their party leader. I don't think they were going to do that. I don't think most of them have got ability to do so anyway. But they were recording audios in anger, in frustration. Let's form our own party, our own executive. I saw some of them on Facebook and other places promoting a new party with a different name. I thought, hang on, these are the same people who accused Lamin Tamba and others of trying to rebrand the party falsely. Nobody ever heard that from me. Oh, these are the same people who were accusing Lamin Tamba of wanting to be APRC flag bearer since 2021. The other camp that went to NPP said, I wanted to be a flag bearer. That's why I refused to accept lies and deception and selling the APRC to the NPP coalition. The same people said, oh, this guy wants to come and register a new party in the Gambia. That group, that are advertising the fundraising event on the 18th of February 2024 at Buffer Zone. That gentleman or those people advertising it are going to change the party's name. They're going to rebrand it without even knowing that this was an idea from the APRC diaspora. We, the APRC supporters in Europe, United States, Arabia, sat together, discussed what we were going to do to help the party in 2024. The fundraising at the Buffer Zone is the beginning. We have workshops to train our youth. We have workshops to exchange ideas with our executive. We have many other programs. We're going to CRR, all this fundraising and capacity building, education of youth, engaging communities, not going to be based in Combo and Fonyi only now. We're going to go everywhere. North Bank region, Central River region, Upper River region, Lower River region, everywhere we're going to go. Now, for people to turn up and say, oh, that event on the 18th of February is an APRC rebranding exercise. They're going to change the name of the party. XYZ are looking to be flag bearers. It's just childish politics as far as I see it. And nobody's going to believe them because today in Gambian politics, people's minds are pretty much set on people they listen to, who tell the truth, who've got substance, who talk about the real issues rather than going personal and insulting people. So if you go around and think insulting people like Lamin Tamba is going to get you anywhere or is going to make Lamin Tamba take a step back, you're kidding yourself. These people don't even know me yet. Trust me, these people don't know me yet. If you're in politics, I heard one mad person saying, oh, stop talking, Lamin Tamba. The reason we're insulting you is because you're saying things that we don't like. Really? So maybe this person just started to listen to Lamin Tamba, because if you listen to me from 2017, you'll know that I don't talk about things that sweeten people's ears. I'm not in politics looking for love. I'm not in politics to say things that will sound very nice to people's ears. And if you're looking for somebody who's going to say something nice to your ears, that's not Lamin Tamba. Go and follow somebody else. If you're going to listen to Lamin Tamba, one thing you need to get used to is the truth, undiluted truth, the brutal truth. Get used to it, because I'm not going to change anytime soon. Matter of fact, I don't think I'm ever going to change. I'm just getting warmed up. So if you want, every morning when you wake up, before you wash your face, release an audio insulting Lamin Tamba. When you wash your face, release an audio insulting Lamin Tamba. When you're putting your underwear on, release an audio insulting Lamin Tamba. When you can't find a man or woman, insult Lamin Tamba. When you're having your breakfast, do the same. Lunch, same. Dinner, same. Supper, the same. You can even dream about Lamin Tamba. If you want to. Why not? Obsess with me. But you have to get used to the truth. If you want to listen to me, you have to absolutely get yourself prepared. I'm not here looking for love. I'm not here to sweeten people's ears. I am here to exchange my ideas, to exchange my experience, to tell people what I know. But one thing has also become very clear to people who are keen politicians in the Gambia, keen followers of Lamin Tamba, even though they are not politicians, they know for a fact that I have zero ego. I don't have a swollen head. If I say something today and tomorrow material comes out that is contrary to what I'm saying today, I am never too proud. I don't have a chip on my shoulders. I would say, oh, yesterday this is the information I had, but today some fresh information has come out that made yesterday's statement false or partially false. So therefore, I'm changing my opinion. This is what we have today, and I'm going with this today. That's how I am. I'll tell you what as well. In 2018, 2019, 2020, one of our UK branch members came with an idea of fundraising for Fabakary Tombonjata and their executive by hiring Fafa D to come and play in the Gambia. The then executive sabotaged our fundraising. We lost a lot of money through it. You didn't hear Lamin Tamba shouting and screaming and insulting Fabakary Tombonjata in 2019. No, because I believe certain ways of going about events. Not the shouting, not the screaming, not the insults, nothing. You can do that if you want, because that shows me and many other people who listen that you don't have ability to conduct a decent conversation. You don't have the ability to articulate your ideas. Matter of fact, you probably don't have ideas. So therefore, when you're devoid of ideas, you insult people. All right? You attack the people's character. Oh, Lamin Tamba is poor. Oh, he doesn't have a house. He doesn't have shoes. He doesn't have a car. He's stealing money from GoFundMe. He's doing that. Oh, seriously, man. You know what? Sometimes I hear them. It's kind of entertainment to me. It just makes me laugh. So when people go, oh, he's this. Oh, he's UDP. You know why they keep saying it's UDP? Because they know a lot of APRC people don't like UDP. So therefore, if they tag UDP to me, what they're trying to do, what they're seeking to do, is get APRC supporters pitted against me. But when I say to them, can you give me evidence of Lamin Tamba being UDP? If I was UDP before 2017, and then I quit UDP and went to APRC, don't you think by now UDP would have displayed my hypocrisy everywhere? When I was challenging the UDP toe to toe between 2017 and 2020 when UDP was in government. I was scrutinizing UDP. I was holding them accountable. I was exposing them. But when UDP failed to be the government of the day, I stopped antagonizing UDP because UDP is an opposition, APRC is an opposition, GDC is an opposition, DOI is an opposition. Why would opposition parties fight between them when we have our country sinking right before our eyes? Of what purpose is an opposition party pitting itself against an opposition party? Yes, I still hold UDP accountable when it comes to Banjul City Council, Cardiff Municipal Council, West Coast region, Lower River region, or any administrative area where UDP is the mayor or chairperson. I hold them accountable. I wrote about the auditor's report in Banjul, auditor's report at KMC, auditor's report in Basse, and LRR. The corruption that the UDP mayors have put their electorate through, according to the auditor's report and local government commission, which is still ongoing. But when UDP became the opposition, I had no time for opposition. That's why I don't criticize DOI anymore. I don't criticize UDP. I don't criticize GDC, but they'll not call me GDC or DOI because they know when they give me those tags, the thick APRC supporters who seem to think that tag of UDP sticks on me, they're not going to hate me because they don't hate DOI, they don't hate GDC, they hate UDP. So therefore, they put the UDP tag on me. But I don't mind. You can call me UDP if you want. I know where I am. I know where I was. I know where I'm going. I can tell you one thing now, and you can use this for your topics over the next 4 years or 3 years or 2 years, that unless the opposition gets their act together, we are not going to remove Adam Barrow. Even if President Jammeh returns today and he wants to go via the ballot box, we're going to have to take some supporters from UDP, some from DOI, some from GDC, some from NPP for him to be able to win via the ballot box. Now, who are you to comment? Even if I was UDP's party leader before 2017, even if I was the person who picked up guns to go and shoot President Jammeh on December 30th, 2014, but I saw that I was wrong. I was on the wrong side. I was misinformed. I got wrong information. I'm entitled to change my mind and go and join President Jammeh's party. Several people have done that before, including the people who are pointing fingers at me now in APRC. They were UDP before. They came from other political parties to join the APRC. They got from President Jammeh what I didn't get. Zero. I got zero benefits from President Jammeh's regime. If somebody says, look, I recognize that I was wrong. I was on the wrong side. I was given wrong information. But I'm prepared to put that aside now and come and join you and work with you. All those people that are now benefiting from President Jammeh's party, APRC and all that, came from other political parties. Not all of them, majority of them. So, if Lamin Tamba came to APRC yesterday, he's new. You see, this is the problem. If you got no substance, you're not educated, you've been taught one subject for 15 years, 13, 15 years, and you still fail, right? You cannot analyze anything. You don't have any research methods in your head. Because some of them will say, Lamin Tamba is poor. He can't afford a house. He can't afford a car. He sleeps around when he comes to Gambia. People will give him somewhere to sleep. Then the next one will come out and say, Lamin Tamba has only got lots of money because he's sleeping around with other men. Knowing fully well that they're lying. Fully well that they're lying. I have been a straight man all my life. If I was prepared to sign up to some cults, some nasty ways in the United Kingdom, I would have been a millionaire in pounds, not dollars by now. But I got my culture. I got my beliefs. Never going to sell my soul. That's why I refused to sell my soul to NPP in 2021. Do you know what NPP was offering me in 2021 for me to go to their coalition? Vice president, they were going to sack Dr. Aissatou Touré to make me vice president. That's what the APRC people were telling me. And I said, no, stick it. So you think I am talking inside APRC just because Lamin Tamba wants an executive position? For God's sake, I gave away my executive position in 2021. I resigned and handed it back. I be palace you know la. Omboy nye say palace. Lamin Tamba be flag bearer you know la. I'll have to kake APRC flag bearer. Hanna ke tambe flag bearer you know la. Tonya. Nko. Fomune kasiyata woto. Ni mo dollar kamel tol command because momo diamata obe flag bearer you know la. Momo diamata obe flag bearer you know la be palace you know la. So nobody can talk because if you talk and tell the truth, you're looking for position in the party. No. I sacrificed for the APRC party when I had zero positions, and I'm ready now to hand over my position to the APRC. Ready to give it just like that, confetti. I'm not interested in executive position. I'm just doing it because I recognize some of it has to be done by people like us. When we have somebody who's willing to do it, connected to the internet and can be international media officer, I hand it to them straight. I'm not interested in that, ladies and gentlemen. I told you guys before, if it was just for position, I would have been way up there in the British civil service, way up there. I left the British civil service for about 10 years from a principal position after working for just 4 years. A child born in Africa, born in a hut, came to the United Kingdom, just had a big dream and a big heart. After 3.5 years, actually, because I started civil service in July of 2004. By the end of 2007, beginning of 2008, I was appointed a principal officer. Then I left to go and pursue the acting dream. If I continued in the civil service, by now we're talking about up there. So if I can give up those things that are paying me 10, 15, 20 times more than what I'll ever get in an executive position in the Gambia, you're telling me I'm talking because I want executive position in the Gambia. Really? No. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys can continue your petty squabbles. You can bicker all you want. You can dedicate your life to scrutinizing Lamentamba, because to you guys, I'm your government. The people in APRC Babili Mansa and some of the people who went with Fawaka Tombonjal to MPP, I am your government. So your full-time job is to dedicate to scrutinizing Lamentamba. What did he say today? What did he wear today? What did he eat today? Where is he going tomorrow? What is he going to say? You can spend your life insulting Lamentamba all you want. I just read the APRC conduct here. If, for instance, I was in charge of APRC on the ground, thank God I'm not, but if I was, a lot of stuff that has happened inside the party to where we are now would not happen, because I believe in one thing: record all conversations, write letters, write emails so that people understand. If they cannot read and write, get a translator to tell them exactly what sort of email or letter you've dropped in their inbox or on their table. Because on that letter or email would be a warning. After we've had dialogue, would be a warning stipulating the terms and conditions of being a member of the APRC party. Clearly. And I would say to you, I am hoping there will be no recurrence of such conduct, because the conduct for which you have been held responsible is at odds with the code of conduct of the APRC. That's why I've spoken to you, I rang you to speak to you, or that's why I've called you in to have dialogue with you. If you repeat, I'll put it in writing. If you repeat, I'll suspend you or fine you. If there is repeated offenses, your conduct continues, bad conduct. If it continues unabated, I will suspend you or expel you from the party. Obviously, going via the party structures, disciplinary committees that have been set up. You'd be gone. By now, there'll be nobody insulting in the APRC party. We will all be looking at substance rather than the individual. Don't look at what I've got as an individual. I'll repeat this to the APRC people, and people who've got a keen interest in what I say or what I do. I was born in a leaky hut, and I'm more than happy to live in that hut still to this day, as long as I've got my dignity intact. I'm not going to sell my soul. No. And there's no way anybody's going to be able to succeed to psychologically amputate my spirit. People have tried it. Organizations tried it. They tried to bend me so I can follow the wrong ways in life, so I can enrich myself quickly, get to the top, or get big movie roles. I said, no. Not interested in that. So if you're trying to play psychological, oh, Lamintamba went to law school. Yes, he graduated from law school. Oh, Lamintamba, you're lying. You're not a solicitor. Where did I ever say I was a solicitor? In fact, from the onset, I said, I do not want to be a practicing lawyer. I just want to get a firm grip of law, understand how the law works, understand how the British courts worked. And I went to 2 law schools and graduated. And I did part-time training contract for about 11 months. And I quit because I thought, okay, I've got enough knowledge of what I set out to do in the first place. Never wanted to be a practicing solicitor. Never wanted to be a practicing barrister. I can do it if I wanted to. I had training contracts. I just quit because it's not where I wanted to go. I wanted to follow a different path. And that's what I'm doing now. Sharing my knowledge with people, educating people, being educated by people, administering the public, and services that are offered to the public, delivered to the public. And that's what I did since I left high school. I didn't need degrees to be able to run the Gambia because I graduated from high school with a distinction. Your president that's running the country now flunked all his exams. If he's running the country of the Gambia, why do I need a degree to run the country of the Gambia? Then I had a HND from the Gambia College. Why do I need a degree to be able to make sense to you? When I had no primary school graduation at 11 years, 12 years, I was telling people the truth and confronting the whole village administration. At 11 years, 12 years. You telling me that I needed to be a solicitor for you to listen to me? No, I didn't need that. I didn't need that. But when people hate you, they can't tackle you, they can't take you on a meaningful, substantial debate. They start picking on, oh, his shoes are ugly, his socks are smelly, his breath is smelly. That's what they do. That's when you know. But if you learned, if you've been trained as a leader, especially in this part of the West, you have a lot more on the job training, a lot more on the job training that you'll ever do at university. You do courses relevant to your service delivery. They train you. But the minute you start becoming a principal, because as a principal, you have got management responsibility. They start sending you to management courses. And they know, they tell you straight away. The minute somebody starts shouting or swearing, that person has lost ideas completely. They cannot articulate themselves. They have nothing else to offer to the conversation. They're empty. Empty barrels make a lot of noise. They shout and scream. At that point, you warn the people about their conduct. Excuse me. I'm quite concerned by the conduct that I've just observed. You're engaging in a sort of language that I don't think I'll be able to continue the conversation in. So, therefore, I am warning you to desist from this sort of language or behavior or whatever actions they were doing. You warn them. If you want to continue to benefit from the services or to receive advice from me, I'd rather you didn't subject me to abusive language, shouting, screaming, swearing. If they listen and say, okay, I'm sorry, I just got a little bit emotional, a bit sentimental, and I apologize, we can continue the service. Then you can continue to deliver the service. You cannot get angry and just walk away. Just warn them once or twice. The majority of them will calm down. They'll swallow their pride and say, sorry, got a bit emotional, but I really want you to help me solve this. Then you can drill sense into their heads. They teach you those things. So whenever somebody's shouting and screaming, for me, it's like, oh my God, this person needs help. That's how I see it. I think they need help. I don't shy away. That's why I dedicate my time inside APRC Fora to chat with people, to reply to their answers. Not because I want an argument with them. I reply so I can straighten them, so I can give them an idea of how to hold a substantial conversation. But for some of these people, they are never going to learn. It's a repeated offense after repeated offense. And that's why I said, if I was in charge of some of these political parties, by now, there would have been not total sanity, because you expect people to get emotional. What I'm looking for here is repeated offenses. I'm not looking for somebody who got angry one time in an argument with another executive member or party member and told them to stick it. I'm not talking about people like that, because occasionally we all get angry. We all lose it now and again. I give people credit for losing it now and again because that shows passion. But people who dedicate their life every single day, morning, afternoon, evening, they even sleep with insults. They wake up in the morning, same agenda, nothing else. They got no strategy. For me, I said this before, for me as an individual, I can take it all day long because I know when people are shouting, that's the point at which they actually need help. Oh, Lamin Tamba, we don't want what you're saying, so therefore don't talk. Don't come here and say, if you don't like what I'm saying, just skip to the next person. Go to another forum. Lamin Tamba's hours was created because people were following me in politics and people were keenly listening to what I was saying. That's why Lamin Tamba's hours was popular, not because I have anything special, but people realized and recognized that when I talk, I do my research before I come out and talk. And that research, when you get yourself educated to a certain level and you start doing dissertation, they teach you how to take opinion from this one, left, opinion from this one, right, opinion from this one in the middle, and then you analyze it. This is why they tell you when you're writing your dissertation, you put it in sections. So there's a section called literature review where you take literature, research from everywhere, work out, then you go to discussions, then you get to recommendations, and then that's how it works. But if you've never done all of those, You're not ready to educate yourself. You're not ready to listen to people. Your brain is basically dead in a walking person. You can't make sense to people. So the only thing you would do to people is shout and scream. Huh? I'm gonna for why not again? Well, shout. Association of shout failed, deranged and deluded hustlers and the shout club. Some of these people sitting here in the diaspora shouting and screaming. If you guys in the Gambia know who these people are, you will never ever put any weight on anything they say. You won't even listen to them. Because some of these people here, they've come to Europe to hustle, to make something and help themselves over here, get your life better here. Or you get your life better at home. Or even if your life is miserable here, yeah, you try and maintain that dignity. They're here. If the state doesn't feed them, they can't eat. If the state doesn't house them, they can't find a house. They can't pay their own accommodation. If the state doesn't provide them clothing and their children, they can't provide clothing for themselves. They have no social life. They have nothing else to offer. They're not teaching anywhere. They're not working anywhere. They're not contributing to the society. They're just sitting somewhere. Probably a man or a woman feeding them. Some of them can't even have a decent relationship. They're the ones shouting because internet is readily available in Europe. Smartphones are readily available in Europe. They got time because the state is feeding them, housing them, clothing them. But that benefits that they're getting from the state is not enough to make them wealthy people. But because Gambian people think when people are in the diaspora, they must be wealthy, they must have some influence, they got some financial acumen, the opposite Gambian people. Don't fear anybody in the diaspora. Once they start talking nonsense, take them on. But take them on with respect, with dignity. Make yourself look like a normal human being. Don't look like a proper moron that wakes up every morning, wait, every afternoon, wait. People laugh at them. They seem to think, oh, people are listening, they give them some titles and names. The most abused name in the Gambian political arena is Iron Lady. The shouty there, or the shoutier there, the more they get Iron Lady. The more they insult, they call them Iron Lady. And you think, Iron Lady? This person can't even write you a decent letter. I'm not saying that Western education is the way, it's a determinant of intelligence. No. I'm not saying that. There are people who didn't go to school, very astute, very intelligent, very articulate. There are people who went to Dara, very astute, very considerate, very intelligent, affable. But if you went to school, Western school, all right, for 13 years, primary 1 to 6, grade 7 to 9, grade 10 to 12, and you cannot master one little language, one little language, you can't master it. You don't even have to master it. You have to have a good grasp of it. Then you got problems. All right? You got problems like Adam Barrow. Let him show us his certificate. That's why when they say, oh, you graduated from law school, but you're not a solicitor, you're not a barrister. I'm like, hang on, I don't even need those. My high school certificate in Gambia is enough for me to run the Republic of the Gambia. Why am I saying that? Because your current head of state didn't even get that certificate. Oh, he steals money from GoFundMe. Really? You see, the problem is, you guys want me to come out and start parading my certificates or whatever material or wealth I have. You're never going to succeed. You're never going to succeed in having that. Never. If you want to see what my certificates look like, put a job application out there for a position somewhere. Let me apply for it. And then I'll come and see you at the interview when I get shortlisted, because I'm sure most of the jobs advertised in the Gambia today, if I apply for them, I'll get a shortlist. I'll show you what my certificates look like. If you're not sure still, ask my classmates. Brothers, when I was at law school here, doing my postgraduate diploma in law, I was barely going to class. I had warnings actually at some point, but the university knew I traveled the world filming. I missed loads of class. I graduated with a very good score. I'm not going to talk about it because that's what they want me to do. They want me to come out and start showing off. I went to do LPC. Same thing. I was traveling everywhere, missing. Again, I got warning because I was not going to class. I don't think I even did more than 60% attendance in most of these law courses. And then COVID hit. And then the course stopped. And then people turn around and say, oh, you're not a solicitor. I never said I was a solicitor. You will not find it written anywhere. Not a single post of mine said I was a practicing lawyer or I was a solicitor. If people want to call me professor like they do now anyway, people call me professor and I'm not a professor. People call me king and I'm not a king. People call me chief and I'm not a chief. People call me doctor and I'm not a doctor. People want to call me barrister, solicitor. That's their people's stuff. What I wrote on my CV was a trainee solicitor. If you don't believe I was a trainee solicitor, ring Tucker solicitors, ring MTC solicitors, and ask them why. I don't misrepresent myself. There's a lot about me that never ever makes social media. Trust me, there's a lot. Even now, as I speak to you, I've been sitting on a position for 4 or 5 months, deciding whether I should take the position or not. Because if I take it, that's the end of my political life. Completely done. Maybe Gambian politics, but I cannot participate in any activism or politics in the United Kingdom. But yeah. Oh, here, there, ABC. He's not a solid. Oh, he lied. He scam me. Scam people. You guys haven't actually met me in private life or met me somewhere and see the stuff I roll with. I'm not going to talk about it. The people who know. All right? The people who know. Let it stay there. Yeah? Metakan sutura epio. Alama sutura mela. Yeah? Yalna sutura yaga. So you people, make sure you know that for me, Lamin Tamba as an individual, you can insult all day or night. I don't care. Reason I reply to people is to help them. Yeah, because I know when people are insulting and saying stuff, they've lost it completely. They have nothing else to offer. In most cases, it's a sign of desperation. So I don't want when somebody's desperate, then I take this sledgehammer and hammer them even harder into that big, deep, dark pit. I don't want to do that. I care about even the people who insult me. I feed them. I pay their tuition fees. I give them stuff sometimes. I don't mind. People have been insulting me from 2017 to 2020. Today, they're my best friends. People insulting me from 2021 to 2022. Today, they've come back and repented and said, "We didn't. You're not the person I thought you were." Some of these people think because they can't have boyfriends, I'm the problem. I caused them their loneliness. No, I didn't. Oh, he's this. Lamin Tamba, you're not more educated than people. I never said that. You're not wealthier than people. What do you have? I never said I have more than people. I don't have anything. I'm saying to you again, and I'll reiterate. I was born in a leaky hut in Arankon, Fonijaro. I'm more than happy to die in a leaky hut with my dignity. I will absolutely regret it and be mortified if I died in a mansion knowing that I swindled the money from somebody else. I'd be mortified if I drove a nice car, lived in a nice mansion, if I know I lied to APRC members and sold the party to GDC or UDP or NPP. Now that will destroy my soul. That I would not even come out for my face to be seen out there. That's the person I was. That's the person I am. That's the person I'm aspiring to be for the rest of my miserable life. I'm happy to be poor with dignity, but nobody will ever doubt that I died trying. There'll be no doubt that I died trying. But thankfully, this God upstairs never disappointed me all my life. My life is not perfect, it's not smooth. I don't win it all. I don't get everything that I apply for, but every single sweat I put on anything gets rewarded. And for that alone, I am thankful to the Almighty Allah up there. Every single thing I put my sweat to and I dedicate gets rewarded. I'll never be wealthy. Because how can you be wealthy when you're giving away 40 to 50% of your earnings every year? How? How are you going to get wealthy? But I know my background. I know how I got to where I am now. That's why when people message me or send to me, I can't pay tuition fees. I'm not going to give people money to go and have a second wife, third wife, four wives, or money to go and have gente and all that. But if people say I've got problems with medical bills, I've got problems with tuition fees, I've got problems with this. I run a business but struggling now. I think if I got this X amount of money, the business will be stable and I'll give you back that money. Some of them don't give me back their money, but their businesses are stable. I'm happy with that. Even that, I'm now revising for this 2024 because the same people that you're busy supporting and trying to build up are the same people. Just when you have one tiny little bit of difference, they go on audio shouting and screaming, insulting you, calling you names. I don't mind that. As I said before, I don't mind that. I can take it. It's the other people, elderly people in Lamintamba is ours one, Lamintamba is ours two, Lamintamba is ours three, Lamintamba is ours and True Patriots, APRC, Ladies of Lamintamba, Lamintamba is ours diaspora, and other fora who cannot take the insolence. They cannot take the petulance. They cannot take the absolutely deplorable behavior that's now dominating our political landscape. And sadly, it's not just APRC. It's happening in NPP. It's happening in UDP. It's happening in APRC. But APRC Babili Mansa. And President Jammeh said, discipline is everything. While I have my drink, let me play what President Jammeh said again so you can hear it. Some of these people were saying they're going to go and form their own executive against President Jammeh. Believe it, these are the people who started accusing us of trying to rebrand the party, trying to become flag bearers. You know what the philosophers, I think it's a German or American philosopher said, before you do nasty things, blame the other people of trying to do exactly that. So that way, when you do nasty stuff, you don't become guilty. So accuse Lamin Tamba and Forichor and other people of trying to become flag bearers or trying to rebrand the party. But deep down, you're the one that wants to form your own party. You're promoting another party that's not APRC. You're running around running somebody's agenda that's not President Jammeh's agenda. You will never find me doing that because I respect authority. All right. When our Fafa D program was sabotaged in 2018, 2019, I didn't shout and scream. When we set up an organogram and programs for APRs in 2018, 2019, and they deliberately sabotaged it, I didn't shout and scream. When our former spokesman betrayed us, I didn't shout and scream. I didn't see it as a Mandinka trying to make APRC Mandinka party. I don't think like that anyway. I don't shout and scream. I've got different ways of dealing with stuff. Because one event in APRC failed, they're telling Lamin Tama, oh, don't promote 18 February 24 fundraising for the same party. Okay, so because one party failed, the party must now fold because no other event can be held. Because we're going to oppose it. We're going to lie that the event is postponed. We're going to lie. These people will not succeed because the event on the 18th of February 2024 is for the entire party. It's not for Lamin Tamba. It's not for UK branch alone. It's for the whole APRC diaspora. And it's to help the party go forward. One event fails, or another event can't be held again. Who are these people actually to tell people what to say? People like Lamin Tamba, you come and tell me what to say to people, what to record on audio. Who are you? Who are you to tell the party to fold, to go to a standstill, to go into total coma because one event failed? Or we're going to have the event, the rally on the 25th of November, 2025, whether the executive like it or not. People don't talk like that. I wasn't happy with the postponement or the failure of that 25th November 2023 rally. I wasn't happy about it. In fact, I was leaning more towards the people who organized it because I wanted the party to shake, to make movement. But then the one thing we cannot do, if the head of your household, your dad or your mom says, don't do this, you might not like it, but you have to go with that. But you can continue talking to your mom and dad or the head of your household and say, look, I think there's great benefit to doing this. Are you sure you don't want this to be done? Continue the dialogue. It'll happen eventually. Oh, we're going to do it by force or not. And then the police refused them a permit. But they didn't go and do the rally by force. Why? Because they respect the police authority, the laws of the Gambia. And that's the same thing they should have done to the APRC executive. As our constitution said, insubordination is wrong. Not following the party's executive's orders or advice is wrong. I didn't like it, as I said to you, but if you think I'm talking because I'm supporting the executive, you're wrong. But as I said before, some of these people have been taught one little thing for 13, 14, 15 years, and they couldn't grasp it. So for these people to turn around and ask or insult my intelligence, personally, I can take it. I don't have problems with it because I think they need help. But other people don't like insults. They don't want stuff like that coming out. Okay, so now the rally failed. Most of them not happy about it. But we recognize that things didn't go very well between the organizers and the executive. So therefore, the executive, APRC Babili Mansa, is a government in waiting. This is what some of these people don't realize. We're a government. We have to act like it. We have to sound like it. A government doesn't stop operating because the Ministry of Health killed 72 babies, 73 babies. The government doesn't stop operating because Usain Dabo and Adama Barrow were pushing and pulling when they were in government. Government doesn't stop. The government continues its programs. So because one rally failed, we have to stop everything. Why? How many rallies did we try? We tried to organize 22nd July celebrations in Fabaka Tombonjata's executive time. Didn't happen. The police refused a permit. We didn't get a permit. We didn't go and fight with the police. When APRC fell out, APRC members fell out in 2018 and the party split into two, MA Camp, FTJ Camp. We didn't say, no, we're not going to have any other event again, because that happened when we just come out of the mayoral elections. We had some councillors. We could have gone into celebrations. The celebrations didn't happen. Party was trying to be stable again. We had people, our APRC Babili Mansa people, who died in the convoy during our rallies or traveled to our rallies. People died. People got injured. That's more important than a failed rally of 25th November 2023. People died. Many of our supporters died. More important than a rally. We went and empathized with their families, showed them our sympathies. We supported them where we could. But we moved on as a political party. Lives were lost. We moved on as a political party. All right? In fact, recently, President Jammeh's relative died, but we're moving on as a party. We go and empathize, show the family sympathies. We move on as a party. One rally failed, and you think the party shouldn't do anything else? What? So we fold the APRC, they close it. We go to our respective parties, any other party that we believe they're ideal. So let's go. Let's go to other political parties. Is that what you're saying? We fold our arms because one event failed? What goes on in your heads, ladies and gentlemen? What on earth are you guys on about? What are you talking about, for God's sake? Oh, 18 February 2024 rally buffer zone is a fundraising, is an event to rebrand it. I mean, who calls a political party to a fundraising with Batia 18 February 2020, go and stand in the middle of the buffer zone and rebrand the party, register a new party? Oh my God, if you're not smart, you're not smart. And after going to school for 13, 15 years and you're still not smart, you got a big problem. Huge, massive. Oh, for the love of God, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, so for your information, on the 12th of January, totally separate organization called One Man Soldier, they're holding a political rally. Not a rally, sorry. They're holding a fundraising event on the 12th of January 2024. So that's next week. They have a fundraising event, One Man Soldier. Please go and support the chat group. That's what we want. We support each other. You know what? We will come back together again, because the one thing that I've seen is that the people who are shouting and screaming have got love for President Jammeh still, even though some of them were disrespecting him at the run-up to the 25th November 2023 rally, when they found out that the Council of Elders advised that the rally be postponed. Some of them were disrespecting him and saying, who is he? With or without his consent, they're going to go and have. I know these things are frustration sometimes. They're actually not really disrespecting President Jammeh. They don't hate him. I don't think they do. It's people not being able to control their emotions. If you want to know a human being, wait until difficult times. If you want to know who your true friends are, wait until things are really difficult. Then you find out who the real soldiers are, who the real people are, because the real people, real leaders will compose themselves. They will not insult. They will not they will not be at loggerheads with other people. They'll compose themselves. They will wait until the dust settles. Yeah. And then they'll come out with ideas as to how we're going to rectify the problem. And that's how we should act. I don't hate anybody. I don't follow anybody. I don't go into people's private lives. I don't caricature people unless they ask for it. They're going continuously. Then one day I come and slam dunk, put them in their pit, and that's it. But the one thing you'll never find me doing is arguing and fighting with women. No, there's women that are shouting and screaming and insulting Lauren Tama don't even know me. Yeah, they don't know me. You know what? And the guys as well. Most of them just see me, they hear, but I have not even kicked off yet. I'm going to ramp it up a notch in about a few weeks. I'm going to ramp it up a little bit, one gear up. I'm just getting warmed up again because I went away for a de-skilled in terms of politics. Some of these people don't know me. It's because I take it easy and I give people time and I listen to people and I respond where I can. Unfortunately, they seem to think for that, I know nothing. I don't. In fact, some of them said, I'm not the person that I said I was. I'm going, okay, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Go and bring everything that's private about my workplace or other places before you believe I was XYZ? No, we're all equal. We're all human beings. Wealthy or poor, we're the same. Young or old, fat or skinny, black or white, tall or short, we're all the same. We're equal. So some of you that are saying Lamin Tamba is poor, you don't believe in God. You're mocking God. Because God said he created us equal. We might have different paths. Some will be wealthier than others. Some will have more material than others. Some will be healthier than others. Some will be smarter than others. Doesn't mean you're actually better than other people in terms of human stature. Nah. We're just better than each other in different areas. My area is I speak the absolute truth, regardless of who's standing before me, regardless of who's shouting and screaming, regardless of who's insulting me. This trail that I'm blazing, it's not going to stop. Get used to it. It's not going to stop. The only day I'll stop telling the truth is the day you put me in that 6 foot deep hole and about X meters long. That's the day I'll stop telling the truth. That's the day I'll look at the human being. Well, at that point, I can't look at a human being. I'll probably be seeing the angels and answering questions. And I'll be proud to say to the angels, I wasn't insulting people. I was calling a traitor a traitor. I was calling a liar a liar. I was calling a scammer, but that's just about it. I was in accusing people of what I don't know. I was in going into people's private lives and insulting them. So I'm proud. I'm here. Any questions you have for me, I'll answer them. That's what life is all about. Tell people the truth, what you know at least. Die with it. If you know Lamin Tamba is a problem, and Lamin Tamba is ours fora is a problem, go and find another forum. Go and listen to somebody else. Simple. So many people in Gambian political discourse, go and listen to them. You can accuse me all sorts of stuff. It's up to you. You can say to people, oh, I saw Lamin Tamba fighting with a tornado the other day. Or I saw Lamin Tamba having a real sword fight with fish. Or you can even say you saw me stealing a container from Banjul port. If that's possible, yeah, Tambakundas, we're Giromancers, we can lift container, one person can lift it and run. Yeah, Wahid Dano Saret, you know. People can accuse me of all sorts, no problems. Kati manku yawlor, man correct. Falamataf. Panji tokolam tate. Ali bula jede. Yo, bare, anyway, a be tata nata. is because mol mantara cool taman de kan abetaka nyam. President Jame ko batangala audio play. Ako discipline. Council of Elders e mem for yelam. So then Council of Elders ko alangara lenyem bay. Where's President Jame's audio? Alangara lenyem bay because President Jame ko nga bay. We can't do anything but accept it. So batanga President Jame la audio play. Nga jio ming demanding ali lamoy.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. To make it, to conclude, there's a break in the audio. Something came up and disrupted the audio. As from now, and I repeat, my line of communication with the party would be through them, the Council of Elders and Chairman.
Mm-hmm.
That will be my line of communication with the party. And then let me see whether anybody will be angry that I'm talking to the Council of Elders and try to fight the Council of Elders. Because there are reasons why I have to communicate with certain people. And also I have a right to communicate with any member of the party. Nobody tells me with whom I should talk and with whom I shouldn't talk.
Absolutely.
Let me make that very clear. I can talk to anybody in the Gambia. That is nobody's business. Either concerning something or concerning the party, I can talk to anybody in the Gambia. As long as the party will get things done. But now I have the Council of Elders. I've listened to the Council of Elders and Chairman. I've listened to them. And I have high confidence in them that they will deliver on what they said. They should not compromise with discipline.
Discipline.
They should not compromise with discipline. And they should not compromise with rotten woods that are there in position and they are not delivering and they don't want other people to deliver.
Well, that also applies to the executive of Yaya Tamba. Time to deliver. Okay? An opposition party in the Gambia, opposition leader in the Gambia has to be ready for difficult times. Very important for you, Honorable Yaya Tamba, and your executive. It's time for action. We have to hold Barrow government accountable. Nobody's telling you to insult Barrow or call him names or caricature him. You come out and talk about the stuff that's affecting Gambian population. Barrow government, after allocating $500 million to buy agricultural products, mainly groundnuts from the farmers, they have failed and the secos have closed again because they run out of money. Where did the $500 million go? We've seen how Barrow himself stood up here and said that $500 million worth of fertilizer went missing that the government ordered. We have seen the tourism industry is collapsing, security industry is collapsing. Fonyi villages are being used as shields for the Senegalese army for the attacks that they're carrying out against the MFDC rebels or separatists. And when MFDC separatists fire back, the Fonyi villages are suffering. Senegalese forces are shooting Fonyi people. Dua Baji is still being kidnapped by Senegalese forces after they shot him and maimed him and kept him at one place to bleed for hours before they took him to a hospital in Ziguinchor. And we are quiet. We're not holding press conferences. Tourism is dead. Energy sector is in crisis. All right? Water sector is in crisis. Fisheries sector is in crisis. Our economy is in tatters. Education is falling apart. Health is absolutely disgusting at the moment. Honorable Yatamba, time for you and the executive to ramp up, to escalate your activities for the party. That warning from President Jama about Deadwood is a subliminal message. You guys need to start standing up, buckling up, rolling up your sleeves and getting ready for what the opposition is supposed to be doing in the Republic of the. We have a great chance as an APRC party. Let's not blow it. We have to act. We have to deliver. If you have any problems delivering, whatever your shortcomings are, whatever your materials are that you can have to be able to deliver, shout. Do not suffer in silence. Shout out. People like us and other people will help if we know you're really willing to deliver. You cannot be an opposition party in Africa and run away from responsibility and think, oh, if we have another press conference, the police are going to jump on us. You are the interim party leader and the chairman on the ground. You have a national mobilizer, both men and women. You have administrative secretary, you have secretary general, you have spokespersons. Let's start doing stuff that will develop the party and build its position again in terms of Gambian politics. We have to assume position number one as an opposition party if people are to believe us and give us the confidence and the vote to get into government. We cannot do that if you're running away from the police. Yes, you can't go and have a rally without a permit on public ground. You cannot have a rally with loudspeakers and disturb the peace of the neighborhood. But every Gambian citizen, every media house has got the power to sit on private land in their own property and hold a press conference or talk to the media or broadcast information. That's not illegal. The day that the police came and harassed you guys at Geraldine Sanyang's house, the police broke the law in doing so. And the police must not repeat that sort of act again. Private land is private land. It's a bit like the police going to people's naming ceremony or wedding and disrupting it because people are having a wedding or naming ceremony. It's private land. A press conference is the same, even if you carry a political title. A press conference on private land is a press conference on private land. The police have got no authority to go and disrupt it. They abused their powers. They were overzealous. We need to hold the government accountable. We need to have press conferences. We need to have rallies. We need to have workshops. We need to go and engage the media houses in the Gambia and make our positions known. Let's hold our party line in scrutinizing the government of Adama Barrow. The time is now to deliver. And Honorable Yaya Tamba, please engage the executive, engage the members. We need to reconcile not only the recent fallout in the between the organizers of the rally, 25th November 2023, we also need to go beyond that and bring all other APRC supporters into the fold. We have to do that. The people, APRC supporters who went to NPP, we need to go and get them back. Now is the time. We can't just sit one place when other people want to make some movement and shake the party a little bit so people know that the APRC still exists. We don't want to assist them in that path either. We have to do one thing. Join the people who want to shake, or you carry the shaking yourself. Make the movement yourself. Let's vibrate. We're a political party. We've been too quiet for my liking and for the liking of other people. And President Jame just mentioned subliminal message, deadwood. That means you're not delivering. And I can't sit here because they told me this before that, oh, you're sitting in Europe and you're telling people to go and protest. I didn't tell them to protest, but I said, we will go and protest. And if a protest date was set, I will be at the forefront of that protest. I'm not telling you to go and protest now because there's barely anything to protest. But a lot of incidents happened in the past where we can protest by holding press conferences. We can protest by going to media houses. Protests have got different forms. But I'm not going to tell you to go into the street because last time I was having a conversation about, oh, you're sitting in Europe and you're telling us. So I'm not going to tell anyone to do that. But press conferences on private land are not illegal. Going to media houses and engaging them on topics of national interest is not illegal. We have to ramp up our activities. We have to escalate them. We have to accelerate them as well. The time is now. And let's stop releasing audios accusing people of trying to join NPP. I've heard audios of the same people that you're accusing, Honorable Tamba, of trying to join the NPP. Maybe that's true. Maybe you got information. I don't know. But I've heard audios of the same, some of those people saying they're going to form their own executive, their own party. But for me as an individual, I think it's just frustration. Just like when they were saying, oh, Jumalan President Jammeh, who's President Jammeh? Whether he likes it or not, they're going to have the rally. All that is a sign of frustration. All right. They're not happy with the way things went. I wasn't happy about it either. And I made it clear to all the parties involved that I wasn't happy about it. The rally could have gone ahead and succeeded, or if we had to postpone it, we postpone it in unity. Now, but if any of those people think I'm going to come and start shouting at the organizers of the rally or shouting at the executive, you're making a big mistake, because I do things differently. I said it in no uncertain terms that I wasn't happy with the rally being postponed or being unsuccessful. But the way things began and the way executive also conducted themselves, both sides are at fault. I heard some very thick fella, very uneducated fella saying, oh, two people cannot be wrong. Two people can be wrong by law. And I'll explain how. Now, in law, it's all about proportionality. All right. If I came to your property to steal an orange or a mango, I had no knife in my hand, I had no gun in my hand, no weapon. I came to steal, jumped the fence, came to your house to steal mango or orange. But you, the owner of the property or the owner of the mango or orange, have got a gun. You can't shoot that thief and kill them. That will be disproportionate. That will be overzealous. That will be basically murder, cold-blooded murder. If you say to the person, hey, what are you doing there? They'll run away. Even if they don't run away, but they're not attacking you, threatening you with a rock or a stick, you have no right to shoot them. So the thief is wrong, but the person who shot them and killed them is wrong too, legally. It's about proportionality, being proportionate. The action you take against people has to be proportionate to the act. If I came to you and started saying, oh, I want to steal that bottle of water, and you stabbed me on my hand because I want to steal, that is overzealous. If I don't have a knife, I don't have any other weapon, and I didn't attempt to attack you physically, you can't do that. Both wrong. The starting point of the rally wasn't great. The dialogue between the rally organizers and the executive wasn't great. Both of them were wrong, because I think there was enough time for the executive to make the rally a successful one. I don't know why the permits were denied. I don't know. All right. As I said, none of them was calling me and giving me updates. I was not privy to the meetings. I just get updates after the meeting when I ring the people and say, what's going on? And so we had a meeting, we agreed X, Y, Z, but then it looks like the organizers are not doing X, Y, Z, or the executive is not doing X, Y, Z. So both of you refuse to swallow your pride. The ego is bigger than your own heads. Oh, because I said that, oh, Lamin Tamba didn't support the rally organizer, or Lamin Tamba didn't support the executive. Sometimes somebody just has to swallow their pride. Come on, just take a step back and say, oh, cool, go and organize the rally. If they fail, tough. If they succeed, great. Sometimes you just have one person just has to be the smaller person, but you're not actually the smaller person. You're the bigger guy allowing dissent. Have tolerance. Allow people to go and do their stuff. If they don't want to listen to the advice you give them, allow them to go and do it. If it doesn't succeed, they cannot then come around and blame you. If they succeed, they say, it succeeded, fine. And then next minute, you set the rules for future events. That's why I said, let's go and have the rally, make it successful. Next time, we set rules as to anybody that wants to organize an event in the party's name and executive members are involved, you need to do X, Y, Z before you come out and publicize the date and venue. Lo and behold, they went and had an emergency meeting, they agreed, and they fell out again. I said that, and it riled some people. They went absolutely berserk. I don't know why people go berserk. They don't listen, that's the problem. And when they listen, they can't understand, that's another problem, an even bigger problem. But anyway, I've been here too long. I wanted this to be just an hour. And I'm going to stop here. I'll come again next week or sometime in the next few days. And I'll record again as our politics develops in the Gambia. So don't forget, 18 February 2024, buffer zone with Batiai. We're going to basically block the roads. All roads will lead to the buffer zone. Talinding Community Center buffer zone. VIP tickets, $200. Standard tickets, $100. APRC Babili Mansa. President Jame Ya Tamba, all the way down to the newest member that came to join the APRC. You are welcome to the APRC if you just joined the APRC. Whether you joined today or you joined in 1996, we are all the same. I heard some people talking rubbish about Bakaramo Damfa. who was basically one of the architects, was part of the people who set up the APRC from AFPRC. And people saying he's a traitor, he's in there to ruin APRC. These people don't even know how APRC was formed. They're just shouting and screaming. Bakara Modamfa was one of the people who was working with Fonyi Combo Society years ago when I was a little 14-year-old, 13, 14-year-old, 15-year-old, doing secretarial job for them. At that time, I was not interested in politics. I was doing secretarial job for Fonyi Combo Society that instituted the APRC from AFPRC to APRC, instituted the APRC and installed it as a government in the Gambia. Bakara Modamfa, who is the chairman of Council of Elders today, was involved in that process of forming the APRC out of the AFPRC between 1994, 1995, and 1996. And these people campaigned for President Jammeh day and night to make sure he succeeded in 1996 and became a civilian president. The same Bakara Modamfa was instrumental in making Fabakary Tombonjata the first APRC MP for Serekunda East, because Talinding people didn't want to put Fabakary Tombonjata as a candidate. They said he's not from there, he's from Albreda. I was aware of all these things. In fact, I used to go to FTJ, but he didn't know until I met him 2-3 years ago, 2019, 2020, I think. Oh, itala kanano bakitum ketala kina yeah, say FTJ kan tela kina no kanaka bagasol samana. I'm not going to talk about what those bagasas are. All right. But I can claim that I was part of AFPRC. I wasn't. For me, their secretary that time, I think his name was Abdul Jajo. I can't remember. The brother used to work at ports or somewhere. And he used to come late or sometimes he wouldn't come. And I'll step in and do the secretary and write these people's meeting minutes, write their letters, do their files up. I was in high school, Form 3, Form 4, I think. Oh, you knew it? Yes, I'm new to APRC because I wasn't doing 1995, 1996 secretarial stuff so that people can say I'm a politician. I was not even of the right age to vote in 1996. That's the sad part. I didn't get voter's card in 1996. And then soon after the election in 1996, before the next election, I was out of Gambia. All right? So you guys shouting and screaming and insulting Bakara Moda, you don't even know. You don't know. You guys just shout. You don't know how to articulate yourselves. You don't know how to have a meaningful conversation with people. I don't know whether this is how your parents brought you up, but I don't think the parents brought you up. This is just basically people who lost it in their lives. Totally lost. And even though we're here trying to help you know how to conduct yourselves in the institution, you don't want to listen. You want to insult people like us too that are trying to correct things. It's your prerogative. You do what you want. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, please share this audio. I'll share it in Lamin Tamba is ours 1, Lamin Tamba is ours 2, Lamin Tamba is ours and True Patriots APRC, ladies of Lamin Tamba and Lamin Tamba is ours diaspora. You will also go to other chat groups for people to educate themselves and for people to educate me. It's a two-way process. If you want to engage me at any time, engage me. Be respectful, be a grown-up. Even if you can't, at least if you're willing to listen to me, I will give you what I think. But if you want to shout and scream, and you think Lamin Tamba gives you buzz, gives you airtime, gives you some sort of listening power, by all means, I am here. As I said before, when you're in politics or public service, even a mad person, you have to accord their rights to them. All right? A mad person has got rights. If they ask for healthcare, you have to provide it. Education, you have to provide it. Housing, you have to provide it. Food security, you have to provide it. The minute they tell you to give them a basket to go and get water, and they say, no, mate, that's not possible. All right. So, anyway, so the shouting and screaming, you guys can continue. If that's your only capability, you don't have any other capacity, that's the only thing you can do. You've got no other choice but to continue the same. All right. I'm not going to stop you. Enjoy. Thank you very much. Have a good and pleasant night. Have a fantastic weekend. APRC Babili Mansa for the Republic of the Gambia in 2026. Let's get ready for it. Program of activities. Reconciliation talks are taking place behind the scenes. They will be done, but the party is not going to stop. No institution stops because of one negative event. The APRC certainly shouldn't stop because of one negative event. And that's why we marauding forward and preparing for a big bonanza. All of you should get ready for 18 February 2024 buffer zone with the world famous Batia band. It will be rambunctious. It will be sumptuous. It will be magnanimous. It will be a night to remember. Turn up. Only person who can make it uh, uh, fail or postpone is the Almighty God, or the executive, the authority of the party can say we postpone it or we do that. But I'm hoping by the time we get there, we'll all be singing from the same hymn sheet, same party, same brotherhood, same sisterhood, and I pray for that to happen. Thank you very much. Today is Friday, the 5th of January, 2024. All right, and the time now is 22:57. It's with your man, Lamin Tamba. Thank you.